All right.
Logic good? Are we rolling?
We are rolling on both ends.
What's going on, everybody? It's episode 7 of Beats, Brews, and Points of View podcast. I'm Neil Richter with E-Man here.
Yes, sir. E-Man Bates with Neil Richter as always. We got a lot to talk about this week in the world of music, in the world of
everything,
TV, politics.
In the kooky reality show that's called America that we're watching.
This is America.
So
as of right now, we got our own beer. Over from Elk Brewing over in Grand Rapids. We got our PB and Jelly right here.
Ooh,
lights kind of.
I don't know if I've had anything by these guys before.
Me either.
I'm ready to try it.
I like to go with
good.
I like to go with interesting ones.
Let's see if I can get this pour right today. That's not bad. That's like an inch, right? You got a ton on yours.
Yeah. I just want to get all the fucking shit out of there.
Well, cheers, bro.
Salute.
What's going on with you, man?
Not bad. What about yourself?
Not much.
The amber color here. It's pretty good. Anything new?
Not too much, man. Just been working. Actually, I've been on vacation from my job since last week, and I go back on Saturday. Or no, Sunday. I'm going to go Sunday. Oh, God. I'm going to be retired right now. Just do this, man. Just run the podcast. Ooh, dude, this is good.
Is it good?
Nice. Legit tastes like peanut butter and jelly. That's fucked up. Like a dessert beer, kind of.
This is weird. So, like, I don't know what they did to the yeast of this, but it is perfectly smells like peanut butter and jelly.
It's crazy.
It's like roasted like malts in it,
it's
so you
really
can tell
crazy.
like it's like that toasted like you would.
But it's not like
PB and J.
It's not like thick, like syrupy or thick either.
No,
it's really good.
It's definitely carbonated. I like that. You can even tell from like the the head right here. But yeah, this is solid. I wasn't expecting that.
That's good, man.
Shout out to Elk Rapids.
What's the name of the brewery that makes this?
Elk Rapids.
Elk Rapids. I like this.
Or Elk Brewing.
Elk Brewing. Nice. So how you've had a week to digest your album being out, bro? How you feeling about it? How's the reactions been and stuff?
4,000% on Spotify right now, which is kind of cool.
There you go, man. That's awesome.
I was actually just checking on that today. Yeah, reaction's been good. Oh, yeah, I didn't show you guys my tattoo, did I? From when I got this like right after the last episode. Be careful, be safe. It's kind of flipped, but yeah.
That's awesome, man. First album, you
had to symbolize it somehow.
Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, man, your album is good. Yeah, there's a lot of music that came out last week that we had to digest.
A lot of music that came out last week. There's a lot of music coming out tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on these days.
Yeah, I was into the T.I. album a lot.
Dime Trap
is awesome. Great. Some of those beats are so like I need to look that up right now. Actually,
the Ghostface album was pretty cool too.
The beat for the song with Meek Mill, which is what's the name of that one? Jefe, I think is the name of that song. Yeah. Oh my God, that beat is so good. I love that like Spanish sounding with the horns and shit. Who produced Jefe by T.I.?
Bangladesh.
Man, shout out to Bangladesh because that beat is so hard. I love T.I., man. Like he came back with this and that like the second track on there, Laugh at Him, is super hard. He's got a bunch of people on here. Young Thug. He's got Anderson .Paak. And Anderson .Paak kills every feature that he's on. He's like guaranteed to make your song better.
Agreed.
He's got Young Jeezy on here.
Speaking of Anderson .Paak real quick, he just put out the cover art for Rockstar.
And he put out the release date. He was on Peter Rosenberg's Open Late last night and announced that his next album, Oxnard, is coming out on November 16th, which is like a month away. So, man, I can't wait. So don't make your best of 2018 list yet, because that's for sure about to jump up to the top for me. I know. I before it's even out, I already know it because that man doesn't miss. He's made I mean, Venice was when I got into him off Malibu. Like the first song I ever heard of him was that "Am I Wrong" with Schoolboy Q.
I think Malibu was his first like really huge project like that.
Yeah, and then I went back and listened to Venice, which came out before that, and I think he had a couple more releases that were like under a different name. I think he went under Breezy Lovejoy was what Anderson .Paak's name before he was Anderson .Paak. And so now, yeah, this one's coming out, and he said he's got Pusha T on there. He's got who else did he say was on there? He's got the song with Kendrick on there. Obviously, Dr. Dre mixed and mastered the whole thing. There was another feature I saw that was on there that was intriguing. Who was it? Who was it? Pusha T and J. Cole. J. Cole's gonna be on it.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that big time. He had have you seen like the Tints Challenge thing going on for his single? So his single came out last week. It's called Tints, featuring Kendrick Lamar, and man, I love it. It's like it's kind of like at the end of the summer, but it's a very summery vibe song. It's about just like cruising in the car with tints on the windows. But cool. He's got this. He went up like the first time he heard it on the radio. He was on his way up to do an interview with Zane Lowe on Apple Music, and he runs in the station because he's excited because they just played a song on the radio, and he starts dancing on the desk and falls off. He like misses a step and falls off it. And so then he made the
that man
challenge.
Does miss apparently.
yeah, he missed a step, that's for sure, but not musically. But so shout out to Anderson .Paak. I'm a huge fan. Can't wait till he goes on tour for this album because I heard his shows are like insane. The man's playing drums, singing, rapping.
Jesus,
it's crazy. His band actually, the Free Nationals, who was like his touring band, who plays all the music on his albums. He's been playing with them since they were broke, They have their own album coming out too, separate from what Anderson .Paak's doing. And they just dropped their first single the other day called Beauty in Essex. And that's featuring, I think it's featuring Unknown Mortal Orchestra and Daniel Caesar. Don't quote me on that first part though. Let me look that up to make sure I'm getting it right. Song is really cool. It's nice. If you listen to any of Daniel Caesar's like vibed out R&B, it's kind of like that. Free Nationals. Yeah. Beauty. Yeah, it is Unknown Mortal Orchestra, which is awesome, man. Their music is amazing. So yeah, go look out for both of those. I bet their albums are probably gonna come out around the same time. I bet Free Nationals, Anderson .Paak's. So that'll be sweet.
What's up? Got that 21 Pilots album came out.
Yeah, we listened to that on the way out to me and E-Man.
I listened to it
another podcast or someone else's podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Welcome to My Nuts.
Welcome to My Nuts. Yeah, it's a hilarious name. Yeah, we drove out to Pontiac and we listened to that 21 Pilots on the way out there.
Yeah, I've listened to it a couple times by now. It's solid.
Yeah,
there's a couple songs that's like iffy on there to me.
Right.
I like be honest with you, I still like Blurry Face more, but it's still a really good
album. I agree. I like the last one better too, man. There's definitely some these guys are just super talented.
Yeah.
I like when we talked about it a little bit on the way out. I like it more when he sings more.
He tries to rap.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think he has a really good voice.
Yeah.
So it's I'd rather hear him just actually singing than doing the rappy thing. Because sometimes it kind of there's this thing where the white boys that don't really rap, when they try to rap, they all kind of sound the same. They're doing that they try to do the fast pace I don't know. Why is that always a crush? They just,
the same
to impress people, probably to go fast or something. I don't know.
Maybe
something weird. I don't know. If you guys haven't guessed already, I'm a little bit hypercritical of white boy rappers. I don't know if it's because I am a white boy, but I am.
Yeah, he is. Oh, let's see.
Dude, this is so good.
That Mozzie album came out.
I didn't listen to that. Did you check it out?
Was it liked it. I didn't listen to the whole thing yet, but yeah, it was pretty solid. It was So he wasn't the guy I was thinking about last week that was on the Linkin Park shit. He wasn't that guy.
Okay.
But no, he has a really good that kind of that trap, almost like trap style.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's solid. I liked it a lot.
I liked the Ghostface Killah album too. That was nice. Did you listen to any of that?
A little bit of it.
I like the song. There's a song with Crooked Eye on there that I really liked.
I want to go back to Mozzie real quick.
Yeah,
he had that one song with Black Youngster and A-Boogie with the Hoodie. That was probably my favorite song on there.
I really like A-Boogie with the Hoodie. I think that kid's got a good career.
I wrote him off for a hot minute, and then I listened to what's the name? What was the first album with Drowning on it?
That is
something artist.
Con Artist?
No.
I'll look it up.
But anyway, I like that album a lot.
You know what's funny? Someone said once, I read it is either someone said it in
The better artist.
Yeah.
The better
The
artist.
bigger artist?
The bigger artist, better artist.
We're gonna find this out.
Sorry,
So fucking
Sorry.
So someone told me, I saw an interview or something with. They were saying that they think A Boogie sounds like a male Dej.
Oh, Dej, I heard
like,
that.
That's hilarious, dude. He kind of does sound.
You know what's funny? Dej Loaf is on that album too, by the way.
Is she?
Yeah.
It is called The Bigger Artist.
Okay,
The Bigger Artist.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. But yeah, and the Ghostface Killah album is pretty sweet too. There's a track with Crooked Eye that I really like a lot on there. I gotta look up this one song on there that I really like the message of. He's got a lot of people featured on it, but not like a ton of huge names, which I kind of like. Ghostface Killah keeps to.
There's a John Lennon album that came out.
Or like a unreleased hit songs or something like that type of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it's not like a new album.
So on this Ghostface, there's a song called Constant Struggle. That's a really standout song to me. I really enjoyed that one. Like, the message is really clear on that one. I like that. There's so much that to digest. I mean, there's still like 24 songs of a freaking Lupe and a Lil Wayne album.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Like,
I started to listen to the Coheed album, but I wasn't in the right mood for it.
Haven't even listened to it yet.
So I didn't get all the way through it.
I haven't even listened to it yet. I did listen to the Dave E. Styles P album, though.
That album is amazing, bro. Those guys. That's another couple of artists that don't miss. Like, like with Styles, you're gonna get something awesome every time. And like, oh man, I love the bridge between generations of New York like street artists. You got like Styles P, who's always like, I like to say like they're like conscious street artists. You know what I mean? They're just telling the truth about what they see and stuff.
I like that term, conscious street artists.
That's kind of what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I really do like
they're
that.
like real thoughtful, but like they're definitely street dudes. And I don't know. That's something I just really like that. Like, they're just really, really talented dudes. And every song on that album is pretty much fucking awesome.
I saw A Star Is Born a couple days ago.
How did you like
Lady
it?
Gaga and Bradley Cooper. The reason I'm bringing that up is because it just popped up on my the soundtrack just popped up. It's a remake. Didn't know that.
It's been remade a few times now. If you told me that,
however,
I looked it up.
Yeah. However, I liked it a lot. With that said, yeah, because usually
that's Bradley Cooper's like directorial review.
And
right?
he started him and Gaga,
and then Chappelle's in it.
The man should win an Oscar. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
like actor wise, maybe
awesome.
director wise, but actor wise for sure.
That's awesome. And then like, there's a couple of comedians in there, like Chappelle and
Eddie Griffin's in there too.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I want to see that. You saw Venom too, right?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's all right. Tom Hardy was cool. The story, I'm not a fan of the story. I like what they did because, I mean, Venom doesn't even really make sense without Peter Parker. So that's the only reason I was like, but whatever.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that before the movie even came out, Tom Hardy went, did some interview saying that they took his favorite 40 minutes out of the movie. So it's not a good sign when the star of your movie is talking shit about the movie.
They actually made it funny, and like it was okay because like the funny parts with Venom are actually really funny.
Yeah.
But overall, the actual story, and as a comic book fan of it, not a fan.
I feel like that kind of comic, like
if you didn't know anything about the story going in, you might like it.
They've already started this. Like, why not just do the Deadpool route, make it rated R, make it like actual?
So what my thing is, eventually I think they want to work in Spider-Man into there, like Tom Holland Spider-Man, which makes no sense because Tom Holland is a younger Spider-Man. If anything, it would have to be the Peter Parker Spider-Man, who's a little bit older. But not Peter Parker Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like that age, but still, like they made it like so they can have like that wiggle room, I guess, to add Spider-Man in. Once that whole Fox shit clears, I feel like, but. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I feel like comic book movies like are really like missing the mark lately. I didn't even think that Deadpool 2 was that good.
I love Deadpool 2.
Did you like it?
I love Deadpool 2.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I thought I don't know. It seemed like kind of like a rinse and repeat thing to me. I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe.
My only problem with Deadpool 2 was the whole fridging thing. Which, do you know what the term fridging is? So fridging is a term used by comic book nerds like myself to where they kill off a love interest in order to boost the story of the main character.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that girl, who's the chick that plays
she's in Gotham too. I forgot her name.
She was on Homeland too, man. She is just gorgeous. especially playing like the badass kind of character.
Speaking of comics,
yeah, show them what you got.
So I raided the comic book store the other day, and actually the other day, like 2 days ago, I found what we call here Barack Panther. Bro,
that's hilarious.
So it's pretty much the same story in the Black Panther movie, but with Barack Obama and political characters playing all the roles. So they had which I forgot his name, the guy who like stole like the vibranium originally. They had Dick Cheney playing him, which is hilarious.
Sneaky Dick Cheney,
the Orange Menace is the main villain, and then like, funny. And then he came in contact at the very end of this book, spoiler, with Kanye Monger, which is portrayed in there. I remember I was at a comic book store. They told me that Killmonger was Kanye Monger, and that was literally my selling point on it. So the book was about maybe like $20 or so, worth every penny.
That's awesome, dude. Since you brought it up, we were gonna try not talking about Kanye in here because it's tiring and boring to hear about. But I gotta.
I'm just drinking my beer on that note.
This meeting with the Trump shit is ridiculous. Him saying that he loves them and wearing that hat as a fucking superhero cape is fucking crazy. You're an asshole. Fuck you for doing this. Like
Kanye West is. I don't even need to say anything. I think Pete Davidson said it best. Kanye West is a genius when it comes to music. However, when it comes to music, I would not ask, like, say, when it comes to like, say, like for instance, what's his face, Frank Lucas, like big time drug dealer back in the day. Mm-hmm. I would not ask Frank Lucas help for the fucking Pythagorean theorem. I would not ask Frank Lucas.
Dude, I'll leave it up to T.I. Let me just read to you what T.I. wrote on Instagram, and man, he's not having it at all. And you know what's funny is T.I. actually he kind of had his back. I saw him interviewed on Hot 97 a couple times, and he was kind of having his back until this time. This seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back for T.I. Another one. Let me read this real quick to you.
Go for it.
So T.I. wrote on Instagram after putting a little video of it. This is what his caption says. It says, "Now I've been extremely patient and just think about this in T.I.'s smooth Southern draw and him saying it because T.I. is a great speaker. But anyway, so now I've been extremely patient and made it a point to not jump into any premature conclusions about Ye and his antics, partially due to the lessons learned from the outcome of similar situations dealing with my brother Lil Wayne," which if you guys don't remember that situation is when Lil Wayne was interviewed by someone asking about Black Lives Matter, and he gave his bullshit answer fuck that, I don't care about any of that shit, and T.I. kind of roasted him for it. But anyways, he says, "I admittedly mishandled that situation in hindsight. But now the shit is next levels. Futuristic Sambo, Hopping Bob, Steven off Django ass shit, yay. From what I can gather,
Django ass shit.
From what I can gather, this is the most repulsive, disgraceful, embarrassing act of desperation and auctioning off one's soul to gain power I've ever seen. Now I can recall you asking me to come with you to have this meeting, and I declined naturally. But bro, if any time I would have been there with you and you behaved spineless in my presence, I feel I would have been compelled to slap the fuck out of you, bro, for the people. You ass kissing and bootlicking on a whole new level, and I refuse to associate myself with something so vile, weak, and inconsiderate to the people that are to the effect this has on a greater good of all of our people. I am a true believer in it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And this shit is regurgitating. At one time, it was a pleasure to work alongside of you. Now I'm fucking ashamed we were ever associated with each other."
It's all T.I.?
Yeah. To all the people who follow Ye musically, socially, or even personally, you are confused, heartbroken, and infuriated. Let me make this clear. This shit ain't cool. This is a move Ye made for Ye. This is a play to put him in a position he'd like to see himself in. We are not on his mind as he makes these comments and decisions. Don't follow this puppet, because as long as I've lived, I've learned that it benefits a man nothing at all to gain the world. To do so, you must lose your soul. We saw Mr. West's soul on auction. If you listen closely, you can hear the tears of our ancestors hit the floor. All I can say is I've reached my limits. This is my stop. I'm officially done Done. Fuck Trump and fuck his little cookie boy. Us or else.
Damn.
Yeah,
that was
dude.
brutal.
And like the people,
That was very brutal.
the people in the comment section too, like Joe Budden's commented the fucking exclamation points, and fucking Sean King and Willie D and fucking Kid Capri, dude, like all these people, man, like it's fucking about to be over in hip hop for him, dude. Like no one's gonna be messing with his album. It's so weird, dude. He's fucking lost it, bro.
I don't know. No, I really.
And like, you know what's funny? Michael
like,
Rappaport brought this point up on his little Instagram story. He's like, Trump, we have how many motherfucking people displaced and how much millions of dollars from the fucking hurricane in Florida, and you're fucking worried about meeting with this fucking bozo just to fucking bump your image up with fucking black people a little? Like, I mean, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work at all.
It's ridiculous. So that's all we were to say about it. T.I. roasted him, so I guess we don't really have to, you know.
I think Pete Davidson went on too, which is
he did on SNL.
Oh my god, that was
funny.
hilarious.
He had that. It said make. He had a red hat on.
Kanye
2006.
My favorite was like how he opened it. He goes, him and Michael Shea was in the background of it, and he goes like, we got to represent the black side, and we got to represent the crazy side. Obviously, we know which wheel Kanye is fucking driving right now.
Which Kanye is steering that ship or something. That was hilarious, dude. Pete Davidson's super funny. Yeah, I like when they have him on like the weekend. That's like the only part that I actually watch of SNL anymore is that weekend update, like with Colin Jost and Michael Che. Although you know what, they're like two of the main writers I think now, Michael Che and Colin Jost.
Michael Che's like stand-ups are
dude, he's fucking hilarious. I love Michael Che. I started getting into him because Cypher Sounds is like really close friends with him and like goes and DJs for him and stuff like that, and opens up for him, and that's kind of how I got into Michael Che. But yeah, that's sweet. Man, that's crazy. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how this pans out when he actually drops his fucking album on Black Friday. I don't think many people are going to be checking for it.
Cool, Kanye?
Yep. But, yeah, there was a couple other albums I didn't get to that I wanted to hear. Like the Atmosphere album came out. I still need to listen to that. Luna George, I wanted to get to that. I thought it was pretty cool. My son was at the Women's March and had a pretty cool like thing to say about like men taking accountability and kind of changing the narrative. You know, like if we want, like we should be representing for the women better and stuff. I can't articulate what he said. I'm just paraphrasing, but like go check out. You can just type in My Son the General Women's March, and he had a nice, really thoughtful thing to say that I thought was important. You can check out.
Real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you see, and this was just in the world of Disney, well, Aladdin, they just released like the Aladdin like poster, which is cool. Will Smith is a genie.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And
dude.
Apparently Lady Gaga, I guess, is in talks to sign on as Ursula in the Little Mermaid movie.
Oh, that's crazy. That's awesome.
That's actually really
Is it like a live action thing?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? That's pretty cool. Though I don't understand how it's gonna work though. With like, I don't get how you do it.
The live action one,
like with like.
I'm still trying to figure out how you do a live action Lion King.
I never even saw that. Didn't that already come out?
Live action Lion King, I think it's the first one coming out of everything.
Oh, it hasn't come out.
They had the animatronic lion out there. I saw it. So I think it's supposed to be Beyonce and Donald Glover.
Dude, it is.
And Seth Rogen.
I think he plays young Simba though. I think Donald Glover plays young Simba.
Okay. Is he? Or I thought he was older.
Maybe.
It would make sense if he's older.
He has like more of a young voice, doesn't he?
No, it would make sense. Donald Glover is going to be the older
Teenage.
Simba. I don't know. No, you know what? Actually, remember, what was the song on, it was on Awaken My Love. Damn. It was Terrified.
Oh, yeah, you got the kid that plays young
the
Simba.
kid
Right,
that does that. That's the kid that's playing young Simba. Yeah.
You can be wild. Yeah. That's a great song, by the way.
Yeah, I love that. That's all when he did at the Grammys was sick.
You know that you are terrified.
I think that's actually my favorite song on that album.
I don't know, like the actual title track is so good, man. Like
that and Me and Your Mama. I like that.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. That's what I think.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fucking awesome. What a surprise. I remember when I first heard that album and I was like, what the
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting that from him.
That was such a good album. I hope his next album is
Sheik West had an album, Mud Boy, that came out.
I don't even know who that is.
Young nigga ball. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I'm being honest with you. Shaq West, yeah. They got a couple songs in there that was alright, but overall.
Chance was on the Joe Budden podcast. Did you see that? Chance
you
the Rapper on there?
told me about that.
It was pretty sweet, man. I think it was pretty cool because they had an interesting conversation. Actually, you know what's funny? Chance was on there were two different rappers on different podcasts that I like had interesting, similar things to say. So Chance was on the Joe Budden podcast, and Everlast was on Joe Rogan podcast, and they both kind of talked about artists getting sucked into 360 deals, where basically you're selling the masters, your merch deals.
You're pretty much selling
like,
yourself to get famous, and then
you're getting
like
a lump sum
afterwards,
and then you don't own any of your shit afterwards.
I think I played that song for you by Macklemore, and it was the best explanation of that deal.
Yeah,
it was
Jimmy
Iovine by him and Absol.
Yeah.
A 360 deal, for those who are not familiar, is the absolute worst deal you could sign in the fucking record industry.
And a lot of people just rush to it because they see this one big check
and
they're
famous,
like, oh.
and they get nothing afterwards.
Yeah. And
unless you like sell a shit ton, and even then, no.
And that's the point that Everlast made, and also Chance made. He said, because Everlast, that was the interview I saw first, and he said, I think the most of these artists that are complaining about the money you get out of streaming services are people that don't own the masters to their album. He was saying, he's like, I make more money than the average person does because I own the publishing, I own my masters. He's like, all that shit is mine, so I make a bigger cut. I think he equated, it's still an absurd number though. Yeah. I think he equated it down to like 1 million streams is like $9,000 or something like that.
Much as, yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
Like something crazy like that.
I'm not making shit off my album.
And then like on the Joe Budden the Chance podcast, they kind of ended the age-old debate if like, because there's been like talk behind the scenes.
he got to deal with Apple?
Yeah, if he's actually independent or if he's like an Apple artist because his music was exclusive on their site for a while. And what Chance kind of divulged on the podcast is that he signed just like a 2-week deal with Apple, which it was like they gave him $500,000 and then
a lot of people do that.
Promoted his album the most.
Yeah, like Frank Ocean did that with Blonde.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people do that.
But in my opinion, I think
Kanye did it with Life of Pablo with Tidal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And a lot of them do. Yeah.
That's fine.
And the streaming,
nothing wrong with that.
There's not really like a war over the streaming platforms as like there used to be. Like they're all kind of like sharing shit. Like there used to be exclusive shit to Tidal and Apple. There's still a couple things like that, but mostly they're just going to all platforms now. But Chance I agree with him that he's still independent because he made the point that he's like, I still consider myself independent because I own all my music. It's not owned by any record label.
I'm showing Neil right now that we were talking about Aladdin. They actually just released a trailer like just now.
Oh, sweet. We'll have to watch that.
Yeah, we're going to watch that probably later and then probably talk about it next week.
I tell you what, dude, if that Lion King live action movie takes off, fucking see you later. They're going to remake every Disney movie that way.
They're already in progress. Like, yeah, they got Aladdin, like we said. They got Mulan, and they got Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that's crazy. If it works, though, it could be sweet. But haven't they tried to make didn't they try to do like a Jungle Book one, and it didn't really work that well?
The same guy, so
it's Jon Favreau, right?
Yeah, the guy who plays. I always love Jon Favreau because he's happy in the Marvel movies.
Dude, he's also like one of the best fucking. He made Swingers and Maid. Like those movies are fucking amazing. Swingers is the shit.
I actually didn't watch the Jungle movie. I heard it was good though.
I never saw it either.
I never saw it, but I heard it was good. I just never watched it.
I remember watching like a sit down thing. It was like It was called. I think it was like called the director's cut or something. It was like right around that time where Jon Favreau sat down with.
He's directing all this other shit too. Yeah,
he's doing Lion King. I know that much.
Wait, hold on. Wait, did you say Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah. No.
Oh, dude, I was about to say because I love Lin-Manuel Miranda so much.
When I found out about that is when they were doing this. They were doing this roundtable thing where Jon Favreau sat down with Lin-Manuel Miranda, Donald Glover, and Issa Rae, and they all like talked about like their creative process and how they write and shit. It's really you can catch it on YouTube. I can't remember the. Let me try to find the name of it.
Issa Rae is somebody that came out of.
I fucking love Issa Rae too. She's hilarious. Although I've kind of fallen off its here. This is not a dig.
I don't watch this season.
It's geared a little bit more towards women.
It is totally geared.
Like,
it's totally geared towards women. But
like I haven't really like. I watched the first season. I watched the first
two.
Season. I kind of fell off.
I haven't watched any of the season 3 yet.
It's really well done though. Like
it's nothing against. I'm gonna say it's nothing against the show. Just I've been slacking on all.
And her fucking the music on there. Shout out to her. Like her taste in music. Like the music she puts on every episode is so good. She's great. What was it? Oh yeah, Jon Favreau. I don't even know.
Yeah, Issa Rae is awesome, by the way.
Jon Favreau, Donald Glover. Okay, here it is. It was an interview so if you just look up you can type in Jon Favreau and Donald Glover and it'll pop up. It was an interview for the Hollywood Reporter. It's called Roundtables, a conversation on creativity. It's like an hour long, and I thought it was really valuable, like just to talk, like kind of get into these super, like Donald Glover, all these Manuel Miranda, like all these dudes are super, super creative people. So it's cool to like get into like their head and on how
really because I like all these people, like Donald Glover, Issa Rae, Lin-Manuel. Like I like.
And then I forget the other guy. The other guy, Damien Chazelle.
Not sure who he is.
I forget what he does something big too, and I can't remember. He did what's the musical movie that Ryan Gosling was in not too long ago?
La La Land.
La La Land. He's the one that directed.
With him and Jules.
Yep.
I forgot her name.
Jules.
Jules.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is her name?
Ah shit.
She's on that new Maniac show with Jonah Hill too.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's like on the tip of my tongue.
It's one of the Emmas. It's one of the Emmas, and I can't because there's three
Emma
Emmas.
Stone.
Okay, so Stone, Watson, and
Stone is that one. Watson is Harry Potter, and then
Roberts. That's the other one. There's like the three Emmas. Yeah.
I mean, that is confusing.
I always get them confused for some reason.
Yeah, so go check that video out.
Jules, cool. Hermione, and Fabulous. There you go.
Yeah, Jon Favreau's done so. There was a movie he did on Netflix called Chef, I believe. Let me make sure that's right. But that was an awesome movie. He wrote and directed that, and it's about him like working for like one of those super fancy.
I saw it actually.
I
saw it.
He gets fired like because he blows up on one of the food critics.
So he has like the food, food cart.
Opens up his own food truck and he just tours the United States with his like John Leguizamo plays his best friend.
Yeah, I saw it. It was a good movie.
That was a great fucking movie, dude. Gary Clark Jr. is in that movie when they go to Austin, Texas and shit. Movie. Make sure that's what it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. Chef. That was a great movie. I love Jon Favreau. Let's see what else, man. I'm seeing here on Wu-Tang Clan scripted drama ordered to series to head to Hulu. What?
That's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Axl Rose says Kanye West meeting with the president is such a joke. When Axl Rose is telling you you're a bozo, you're probably a bozo.
That's hilarious.
He's the biggest bozo.
That is the kettle calling the pot black I've ever seen it in my life. But yeah.
For sure. All right. So
wait, hold up. Kettle calling the pot black. No, in this situation, it's a little bit different. But yeah.
So it says right here, Hulu is going back to the 90s with the Wu-Tang Clan saga. The streamer has handed out a 10-episode straight-to-series order for Wu-Tang and American Saga. The scripted drama series is based on one of the hip-hop's most influential groups, inspired by the philosophical books, the Wu-Tang Clan Manuals, and its sequel, Dawa Wu, both written by Wu-Tang Clan frontman RZA. Wow.
RZA's the man.
So it's going to be co-created by RZA and the dude that did the new Superfly, Alex C.
That was actually a good movie, by the way. I just watched it first time like 2 weeks ago.
It's going to be executive produced by Brian Grazer, too. That's crazy. This is fucking a big deal. That's sweet. Good for Wu-Tang. It seems like they're always doing something, bro. Yeah, always.
Wu-Tang's always in the loop. Did you see like the new little R&B beef going on right now?
R&B beef? I love some good R&B beef. What's going on?
Azalea Banks, as well, always.
She's hip-hop, though, right? No,
and
not anymore.
Lana Del Rey.
Oh, dude, I saw that shit. That was hilarious. Lana Del Rey told her to pull up. That shit was so hilarious.
Oh, Lana Del Rey's gangster as fuck for that, bro.
That shit was so funny. She's like, she goes, you know what? She's like, you got the Addy, pull up. I was like, what? Lana Del Rey?
Fucking savage, bro.
That shit made me laugh so hard. I made me like Lana Del Rey more, and I've been super critical about how I think her music.
Her voice, because her voice sounds the exact same in all songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love the song she got with The Weeknd though. Was it Lust for Life? Yeah. It's good. It's good baby making music.
That's funny. Ooh, all right. So the dude, do you guys? I'm gonna explain a quick situation. So there was a fire festival thing going on.
Wait,
this festival that was supposed to be this like luxurious, exclusive shit. It was put on by these guys, and Ja Rule was one of the promoters. And
wait, hold up. Hold on. Is it actual Fire Festival we're talking about, or like it's another version of Fire?
No. That's what
oh man, shout out to Ja Rule on that shit.
So basically, what happened is they sold all these rich people a bag of lies. Like they told them they were going to this exclusive island where they had these like beachside cabanas to sleep in, luxurious meals, and they got there and there was like nothing. There was like these shit tents set up. They were like served like bread and like a piece of cheese.
Bro,
and, like,
I laughed.
Dude, it was like
at that shit.
And then they couldn't figure out how to
hours.
get people back off the island because their planes weren't coming to pick people up. So,
they were literally stranded on these islands with like prison food, pretty much.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah,
and they paid like $10,000 to get there. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It was like $5,000 a ticket. Or something.
Yeah, those tickets were expensive as hell too.
And there was supposed to be this crazy music lineup.
Like literally,
none of the people showed up.
Like piece by piece, artists like kept dropping out of the festival. I think like Blink-182 was the first to go.
Oh man!
And then like all these other ones started following behind it.
But the reason I bring that up, though, is I'm reading here online that it says the Fire Festival promoter Billy McFarland sentences 6 years in prison because of that.
I didn't know how young he was either. He's like 25, 26. But yeah.
Should have thought that one out a little bit. Amy Winehouse hologram? Come on. Fuck off with all that shit. Why do we need holograms, bro? She died. Like, let her be. Silly. And I would have, like, Amy Winehouse is one of my favorite female artists of all time. One of my favorite female.
Agreed.
Caveat to that. She's amazing. Like her voice is like there's no one that compares to her to me.
Agreed.
Back to Black is such an awesome album. I love that album so much. But yeah, why do we need a hologram of her? Like there's so much footage of her online. Just go watch that shit.
It's funny because I was listening to because I always just randomly put on watch movies with the sound off just for shits and giggles. And you know, Goosebumps, Mac Miller got that song when I Die Will She Fuck My Hologram.
Yeah.
I just instantly think about that. Like, I wonder if that would happen.
I watched a sweet performance on YouTube of Mac Miller and CeeLo performing together, and had this big band shit playing.
That's pretty cool.
Run the Jewels is on the Venom soundtrack. I just read.
Yeah, they are. LP is actually on. They got a song by itself. I heard.
Does he?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's go back into my things I wanted to talk about here. So also last week was the McGregor Khabib fight. So we'll talk about that a little bit.
Can we talk about before we even go into that, I want to talk about my man who took his pants off there because his balls was high.
God, dude.
I want to talk about him real quick before we even go into that shit.
Let's see if I would put my speaker on just so I can see if I can find
that dude. My man is the real MVP. And I remember Joe Rogan asked him, what was your thought going into the fight? What was his name? Shit. I forgot.
Jones, right?
No.
His last name is Jones, isn't it? Or Lewis. It's a terrible shit.
I don't know. I forgot his name.
Look
up that card, man.
Heavyweight fight. That was the heavyweight
that dude,
fight, right?
I forgot his name. I'm trying to find it because I instantly followed him on Instagram after that interview. Derek Lewis. Okay, yeah, fuck yeah. Shout out to you. Derek Lewis is the real MVP. So
that shit was
he was
so
like,
funny.
Yeah, Trump call. He asked me to knock this Russian motherfucker out. So I'm looking like, yeah. That dude is fucking great.
Oh man.
I'm just thinking about watching that shit live, man. Oh fuck.
Yeah, fine.
Derek Lewis, you can hop on our podcast any day, man. That's
oh my god, I would love to interview that guy. That'd be amazing.
Please do.
Jesus.
I think he was like, yeah, cause I smoke a blunt with Joe Rogan after.
I can't find it. Oh, here we go.
Balls was hot.
Conor McGregor is one of the most lethal one-punch knockout artists in sport. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has now stopped this contest at 4 minutes, 49 seconds of the third round.
Well, let me get my speaker on just so you can hear this real quick.
Oh man,
this is a little.
My balls was hot.
Bluetooth. There we go. So this is the little clip of him being interviewed by Joe Rogan after the fight. It's fucking hilarious.
For those who didn't watch it,
the winner by knockout, Derek the Black Beast Lewis.
4 minutes, 49 seconds of the third round. 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 4 minutes, 49 seconds of the third round.
Lewis, Derek, why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot.
I understand. Listen, man, what you just did was absolutely phenomenal. That was an incredible comeback victory, and it shows one of the reasons why people love to watch you fight, that you can put it all to bed with one shot.
I told them boys, I got number heart. You gotta keep underestimating me. I ain't all that technical and all that, but I'm getting there.
No one will question your heart, sir, after this. This is a come-from-behind knockout, the likes that we haven't seen in a long time. And you were looking for that big haymaker all night. You found it in the last minute of the fight.
I forgot a few hours before the fight, Donald Trump called me and told me I got knocked this Russian out because they're making him look bad on the news. You know, him and Putin, they talking about USA and his whole.
Listen, Derek, you came into this fight the number 2 contender with that knockout. You're absolutely one of the top guys in line for a shot at the title next. So tell us what you think about that.
I need to sit my black ass down and do some more cardio. What you talking about right now? I ain't trying to fight for no title right now. I have no gas tank like that.
Listen, Derek, you're one of the most entertaining guys in the sport. Congratulations on an amazing victory. And thank you very much for a really, really entertaining fight.
Thanks for having me.
That's hilarious. At the end, he tells Joe Rogan he wants to go smoke weed with him on his podcast. UFC is crazy. They can get away with saying whatever they want on there. I think it's pretty hilarious. Yeah, so that was a great fight. So me and E-Man, after we recorded that podcast out in Pontiac, drove over to our good buddy Corey's house. And we had like a few friends over. Everyone chipped in. We ran the fight and everything. And, man, I was impressed by not only that, the Derek Lewis fight against that Russian guy that looked like Drogo from fucking Rocky. But there was a couple other fights beforehand that were really good. And then it was awesome. Like, I thought it's so fun watching Conor McGregor get his ass kicked because he's such a dickhead. Like, I don't know. I love watching the shit talker get his ass kicked by the silent guy. Like, that's so great to me. Plus, like, so I don't know if you've heard the interview with Khabib, like, following the fight, but, like, they've been taunting him, like calling him like a Muslim piece of shit, mocking his religion, mocking his country. Like, so it doesn't surprise me. Like, Khabib's still a young guy. He lost his cool, jumped over the octagon. But, like, what McGregor did to lead up to that was even worse. I mean, he had thrown a dolly through Khabib's team bus and injured one of his fighters and one of his friends and stuff. So, I mean, it turned into like WWE straight up. Like, it was kind of ridiculous. But the only difference is those things happened backstage with Conor McGregor, and this happened where there was a whole fight full of people. So it kind of puts a damper on the sport. But I mean, it's a violent sport, and so you kind of expect violent stuff to break out and happen from this. But what are you gonna say? But yeah, that was definitely fun. Actually, while I was mentioning Corey's our buddy of ours that is actually the reason that E-Man and I know each other. So a couple of years, maybe like a little over a year ago, Corey was like, man, you got to be my buddy E-Man. You guys like have the same taste in music. You guys have like a lot of similar interests and stuff. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to meet him sometime. And so I knew he was having a party one day, and I went over there, and E-Man was there, and that's just kind of how we started kicking it off. And then we started tossing back and forth the idea of starting a podcast together, and that's how him and I started one up. And it's actually funny too. Like, I think it was the same party E-Man had put on his music. I didn't know it was his music, but he put it on in the other room, and I was walking in from outside. And I was like, "Oh, whose song is this? This is sweet." He's like, "This is my music," and I was like, "Oh shit, sweet." So yeah, we've been rolling ever since. But let's see here. Yeah, that was UFC 2. They probably made so much money off that fight. Ridiculous. I told him,
yo, sorry I left. My balls was hot.
That's hilarious. Oh, Janelle Monáe's got some pretty big news going over. They're doing a live action Lady and the Tramp too, and she got cast in that, and she got cast in a biopic movie by Harriet Tubman.
Also, ooh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, so Janelle Monáe is killing it.
okay.
Shout out to her. I wasn't huge on her. Her last album is kind of like more of like for the women, I think.
I haven't listened to it. I've been meaning to check it out, and I haven't got around to it yet.
Well, it's not necessarily more for the women, but it's like her letter to like the people that feel like marginalized, disenfranchised. But I think she's mostly talking about like women and like the LGBTQ community and stuff.
That makes 100% sense
for sure. But like her first, like the Archandroid, man, like that album is so good. It was a concept album about like her whole like she's had a whole vibe of this like concept that she's been running with, where it's like one day she thinks that androids and humans are going to be coexisting with each other, and that
like Futurama.
Yeah, and that like a robot or an android and a person are going to meet and fall in love, and it's like the story of them being condemned for falling in love with one another. And so it's been a pretty cool thing.
That's cool as hell.
Well. Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't know the concept behind it. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I like
sweet.
that.
Like Cindy Mayweather is the name of her character in that. She plays the Archandroid, and yeah, I love that album so much. Like she covers every genre of music. She was like the first, like she was rapping on that album and singing and dancing her ass off. You can't hear that on the album, but she dances her ass off like James Brown and shit. And yeah, she can do like the jazziest songs. She can do there's a song called Bop Bop. I can't even pronounce it. This is the last song on the album is like super jazzy.
Like real shit, I'm probably about to listen on the way home now.
You should, man.
Okay,
It's great. The Archandroid, and then her second one was, what was the second one called? That was a continuation of, well, she had like the Metropolis EP that came out before the Archandroid that I really liked too, but the Archandroid was like really what kicked it off. And then this new one gets away from that concept a little bit. It's still got like it's OK Computer, so she's still sticking to like the fact that she's like a dirty computer, where she's still sticking to like
dirty computer,
the operating system type deal.
Yeah, you won on those updates, don't you?
That's fucking hilarious.
Download you anytime.
What was the second album called? Goddamn it!
The
Electric Lady. That's a fucking great album too. She's got Miguel on there. Erykah Badu is on there. She's so insanely talented. She's killing it in the movies, killing it in music. Happy for her. Shout out to Janelle Monáe. I love you.
Same. I'll check out your album on the way home today.
Yeah, it's great.
Upcoming Belly.
Belly's got a new album coming out?
Yep. Tom Morello.
Actually, I just saw like Belly.
Oh, you know what? I just before we get to Belly, Tom Morello. Shout out to them. They just actually Rage Against the Machine just got
inducted or nominated.
To the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Them, Janet Jackson. Shit, there's a whole list of
there was
people.
A ton of LL Cool J.
Yeah.
There was another band, a Radiohead.
Really? Radiohead?
Yeah,
okay.
Boy, that's like one of my favorite bands.
They were talking about some snubs. Snoop didn't get in his first round of eligibility.
He will eventually.
Yeah, he'll make it in. And somebody else really.
They should just call it the Music Hall of Fame and just drop the rock and roll.
I 100% agree.
Fucking,
I 100%
it's not all rock
agree.
and roll in there. There's hip hop in there. There's folk music. There's country music. There's all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It should be just the Music Hall of Fame at this point.
Oh, well, people would probably fucking like the older generation
shit.
would probably lose their shit. Dude.
They would lose
like,
their shit if that happened.
Stealing our white culture.
Boogity boogity.
That's funny, dude.
Eric Clapton.
No, but anyway, so that Belly thing, there was I just saw, I haven't watched it yet, but there's a Belly interview on Hot 97, and he goes into like the Palestine, Lebanon thing, and talks about all that shit with.
He's Lebanese, right?
Yeah, he's Lebanese.
Okay.
I think. Let me double check that. I think he is. Let's see. Belly. He's really talented. If you haven't heard Belly, I suggest checking out his project from, I think it was like a year or two ago, called Mumble Rap. It's not Mumble Rap, let me tell you that much.
It came out last year, yeah.
Rap, but the album is called Mumble Rap. He's fucking incredible. He's super lyrical, great storyteller. Well, he's Palestinian.
Palestinian?
Yep.
Okay.
It's funny because he had it's like the Palestine. He was talking about Palestine and Israel, and if you've ever delved into that debacle, what's going on over there, it's a fucking mess. It's kind of a complicated thing, but I'm not even going to go into it because I don't want to mess up the details and give misinformation. But you should look into it though because it's important. There's definitely a lot of people dying out there. But
Oh shit.
Let's see if I can find this. Yeah, it's like a 23-minute interview. It says Belly gets very real and honest on the Palestine and Israel situation.
Oh, we want to talk about real quick. Russ went platinum without features or without production help.
Dude, it's crazy, man. He must have the craziest underground fan base. I don't get it. I can't even fucking listen to him, dude. I just like hear this like
he does something, and a little pretentious sometimes.
I think I ruined it with watching his interviews first because like he's just such a dickhead in his interviews. Like, I mean, I guess you kind of have to have like.
No, he's talented. Yeah, I won't deny
sure.
it. But
I mean, obviously, he's doing something right on the fucking Forbes list with no record label. That's crazy.
That's pretty insane.
That's super nuts. Oh yeah, the LMA chick has album coming out. Tom Morello, gotta show love to Tom Morello. I think this Tom Morello album has got like EDM tracks and shit on there. And,
that's interesting, and I can see it. I can easily see it from him.
And it's got like weirdo rappers on there that like you would fit with that sound, like his sound too. Like he's got like Run the Jewels is on there, Vic Mensa's on there,
Jay Brown maybe
he's on there.
That would fit. I probably not, but let me see.
But yeah, so that's cool. Who else? St. Vincent's got an album coming out. That's another one of my favorite females in the world. She's so fucking awesome. Her I recommend going to see a St. Vincent concert if you haven't seen it. She does this whole sweet stage show production. She's a super creative person too. Her name's Annie Clark. She goes by. I think St. Vincent must be the
Wait, Annie Clark?
Annie Clark is her real name.
Is that the chick from Degrassi?
No.
Back in the day?
No.
Okay, just want to make it. There's an Annie Clark that was on Degrassi.
No, she's been on a few episodes of Portlandia before.
Okay.
But yeah, she's got an album coming out. Oh man, I didn't even know until just now that she has an album, and I love her, so that's great. Michael McDonald, whoo, shout out to the Yacht Rock. Michael McDonald's got an album coming out. That's my impression of Michael McDonald.
Is it? I know he had that song with Thundercat on Thundercat's album a couple of years ago. No, on Drunk. Did you hear that song on Drunk?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, Michael McDonald.
What is the
Michael McDonald? Who else is on there too? Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins, yeah. Oh, dude. Thundercat pulls Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald on the same track. It's fucking sweet.
Mr. Kenny Loggins.
That album is so good. That's since we talk about new albums a lot, but we can definitely always pepper in ones that are favorites of ours. And Drunk, I think came out in 2016 or 17. By Thundercat is so good. It's really long, but I mean his songs are usually kind of short. But that guy is a master on the bass. His voice is a goddamn angel. I love Thundercat. That's one of my favorites. I got to see him at Electric Forest last year, and me and my buddy Dan we were going crazy.
I don't want
Kurt Vile's got an album coming out tomorrow. Young the Giant's got an album coming out. Matthew Deer's got an album coming out. Clapton's got an album coming out. Elvis Costello. Blues Traveler. Django. Jesus, dude, there's a lot of people dropping music tomorrow. I've always been a big fan of Young the Giant. I saw those guys in 2011 at Bonnaroo, and they did a cover. They brought like a shitload of people up on stage, started spraying champagne bottles and stuff, and they did a remix to Ignition.
That's pretty cool.
And they're like an indie band too, so it was kind of cool seeing like an indie band do that song. That was pretty sweet. I wasn't a huge fan of their last album, so let's hope this one redeems itself because those guys definitely have potential. Kurt Vile's super dope too, man. His music is sweet. I'm excited to hear that. Man, it's always like Christmas on Fridays, dude. There's so much music.
It is. I'm actually tripping right now because I'm looking at my own Google panel. They gave me a little. Like,
isn't it? It's got to be weird seeing
It's
so
there, cool, dude. Like they gave me a shout to like this is fucking tight. I'm sorry, but yeah, they gave me like a Google panel. I'm like really still stoked about that.
Next week we're gonna have our shit fully together. We're gonna have the webcam up.
Yeah,
so
sorry for the choppy quality. Like this was my fault. I definitely left the webcam at home today.
It's all right. This man's leaving for Denver in the morning.
Yeah, so I'm going out to Denver for some stuff. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So we'll get the better quality sound and the video for you next week.
Yep. I forgot I was wearing this shirt. Shirt says "The power of the people versus the people in power."
I like that.
I got this from culturemovement.com. It's actually Shawnee Culture, who's one of the producers on Hot 97, has his own like shirts. Oh, he's got a website with just like shirts with little sayings on it. I was like, you know what? I feel like buying this shit. This is how I'm feeling, man. Because fuck goddamn Donald Trump. Fuck our entire government, man. They're just a bunch of
Quick
crooks.
shout out. So I was besides the Black Panther earlier, there's another comic I was really feeling right now. It's called Snot Girl. So it's the same people that do Scott Pilgrim. There's a really good play on like social media and stuff like that these days. Highly recommend it.
Bro, you gotta take me to the comic book store. I used to be so into that shit when I was a kid. And I'm not into it.
I've been nerding the hell out since his hours were done. So I was like,
yeah,
it's been pretty cool. I put up like 6 or 7
treat
different
yourself
comics.
action.
Yeah.
In the comic book store.
Yeah.
There was this like back before I was doing my job. Now I used to install like floors and stuff. And there was a comic book store that opened up in downtown Plymouth that I did the floor for, but it didn't last very long. It was only open for like a couple months, I think. You know what I'm talking about, by chance? It was like right next door to it was called like Blaze Through Comics or something.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long.
But this one's in downtown Plymouth, the one I went to.
This is too? So they must have played.
This one I got in Chicago. The Snot Girl.
Oh, okay.
But everything else like this and like the other 5 I got were from
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so shout out to them. And there's actually another one around there too. On Ford and Lily, actually. There's another comic book store around there.
Oh, so I meant to tell you, dude. So E-Man's been telling me about this show on Netflix called Big Mouths. Jesus, it's funny, dude. So I started watching it, man. I didn't realize like how many voices are on there. You had like Maya Rudolph is on there, Fred Armisen's on there.
Yeah, that show is
Jenny
great.
Slate is on there. What's the dude that plays Rafi on The League?
I forgot his name, but he plays Jay.
Oh my god! So I look. His voice is so fucking hilarious, and Rafi on The League is like probably one of the best characters I've ever had in television. Rafi on The League and Leon on Curb are like 2 of my favorite television characters of all fucking time.
Yeah, is that JB Smoove?
Yeah, JB Smoove. Yeah, god damn it. His relationship with Larry David on that show is one of the funniest fucking things in the world. Like this middle-aged black dude and an old white Jewish guy. Like it's so funny. Like I love what like. Did you watch any of the last season?
No.
Where he goes like like the whole premise of like if you guys haven't watched Curb Your Enthusiasm is Larry David from Seinfeld. I don't need to explain that. Most of you guys know who the fuck Larry David is. So he had taken on a family of displaced hurricanes survivors, and the family was called the Blacks, and it was Vivica A. Fox and like a bunch of people, and her cousin is Leon, and he wasn't even displaced from the hurricane. He actually lived in LA, but he just came and mooched in and started living with them too.
Hilarious.
Well, long story short, Larry dates Vivica A. Fox character and it goes south, and they end up moving out of the house. Well, Leon just ends up fucking staying, and he just becomes a regular character on the show. So by now he's living in the pool house with Larry, and Larry goes back. He's like, "All right, Leon." He's like, I need you to keep me up on my black slang words. He's like, I feel like I'm running out of cool shit to say. He's like, what are you doing back here? And he's like, yeah, I'm just back here lamping, Larry. Just back here lamping, just maxing lamping. He's like, we still doing the pound thing? Is that still a thing? Is that still cool? He's like, yeah, you still got a little bit of time on pound, bro. Like, Pound's still cool. It's fucking hilarious.
Christ, I love that show.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda was like a big part on the last season too, because he does like Larry does like a play. And he gets Lin-Manuel Miranda to like direct the play with him or co-write the play with him or something. That's pretty tight. It's pretty funny. Like Lin-Manuel in the show, he plays like an asshole. He plays himself, but like he comes across like a super big asshole. It's really funny. Like they totally changed the narrative of what he's actually like. So I think that's pretty funny. I miss like all those good TV shows, man. I've been trying to watch that Mayans show, like the follow-up.
Oh, Mayans. No, it's actually good.
Do you like it?
Yeah. It's actually really good. I'm shocked.
So I've only like 4.
Spinoffs usually don't like besides Better Call Saul. Spinoffs really don't work like that. But
Better Call Saul season 4 just ended. By the way, season finale was on Monday. Holy shit, that show is. I've said it on here before, but I think it's as good, if not better, than Breaking Bad already. I'm telling you that. If you didn't watch it, don't fucking watch it.
I stopped watching at season 2, and it's nothing against the show. It's just I got lazy.
Yeah,
I got to start watching other stuff.
Sometimes you like forget what happens, and then you're like, "Fuck you." Like,
I might have to rewatch it. Yeah. But yeah, I love the first. Take that back. I finished season 2. I stopped at season 3. But
the cool part is it has like so many characters from Breaking Bad. Like obviously you got Saul, and then you got like Mike Ehrmantraut's character and Gus, Tuco, and all kinds of people. They said that eventually they think they'll probably even have
Walter
and Jesse probably Jesse for sure.
It would have to be Jesse.
Yeah, because he's the one that I think
Walter wouldn't make sense to throw in there. Jesse absolutely would make sense to throw in there.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I need to get it over. Do we have any more of these beers left?
Yeah.
Oh man,
they got plenty of them. Actually, I didn't even touch this one. Let's pour it.
Sweet.
Go for it. It's already open.
Beautiful. It's peanut butter and beer.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter and jelly beer. It's good. Smooth. We used to hoppy shit, so this is like nice.
Yeah, it's really nice, really refreshing. Shout out to Legend. They just released their.
Did they release their stuff?
They released a couple tracks. Actually, last week. I meant to bring them up.
I saw Juan Michael OG was filming some shit down in Detroit today with some other dudes. What else do we got? Is there anything else we wanted to cover from this week? Yeah, Kanye West and Kid Rock both there together. Jesus Christ.
Just throw the whole White House away, man. Just throw it all. Just throw it all away at this point.
Next month, Tom York put out a new song.
Who?
Tom York from Radiohead.
Nice.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh shit! I gotta check that out. If you guys don't know me, Tom York is like one of my fucking idols. Radiohead is one of my favorite bands of all time. Been one of my favorite bands since I was a really little kid. So wow, I definitely need to hit the tabs on some of these that I need to check out later. That's what I always do. I forget to remember blogs, remember music blogs. I still love music blogs. Actually, shout out to Stereo Gum. I want to shout them out because I love their content. I used to go to Pitchfork, and I want to say this on camera. Pitchfork is a bunch of bitches these days, man. Their content has gone so far downhill. Their reviews are trash. They'll review like some whack. I remember like around the time that Layla's Wisdom by Rhapsody came out. That album was so fucking
Wait, what did
good.
they say about Layla's Wisdom? That was a perfect album.
Like they just never reviewed it.
Oh, okay.
They never reviewed it. They were dropping reviews to like Demi Lovato albums and Miley
Cyrus
fucking
shit. Grammy nom. Like how that was a perfect album to me.
No, it was so good. Layla's Wisdom's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to Rhapsody. That was a perfect album in my opinion.
Rhapsody's awesome. So yeah, now I use Stereo Gum because I like their content way better. Ooh, Maggie Rogers got a new song out called Light On. Maggie Rogers is a pretty cool story. She was I don't know if you ever saw this. There was a video that went viral where like Pharrell was sitting in with like this class of the music school and letting kids like play their music to him and then like giving them feedback on it. And the chick Maggie like almost brought Pharrell to tears. Jeez. And like that video got so popular on the internet that she like blew up and like she's like all over now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Quick shout out Quavo's album just came out.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Actually do want to check that out like really bad, but probably after I check out.
Do you think he'll have a song on there though that'll top Drip on Offsets with Metro Boomin?
Hopefully, I mean Quavo more than likely. No, more than likely.
That Drip song is so dope, dude. That's Ric Flair. Go.
No, I mean Migos is solid general. I always like the Migos.
Who is they? They has a new song with featuring Wiz Khalifa. They are a very difficult to Google duo based in LA. R&B? Shit, I'm gonna fucking peep this later.
Save it.
I'm just clicking through headlines. Hey, you got anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up this one, dude? A lot of good music to check out, so we'll have to do that.
Check out Be Careful, Be Safe. I gotta plug that in.
I promise we won't continue to talk about Kanye anymore because I'm sick of talking about him. He's this fucking asshole, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I'm off the Kanye train, and this sucks to say because if you know me, I'm a huge Kanye West fan, and I've always been a huge Kanye West fan. No, not I would even throw My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. No, that was 808s.
Oh, I don't count 808s.
808s was
like I don't even count it.
I loved 808s,
but I don't even.
Personally, I loved 808s.
Well, I guess you guys have to kind of count it, but I don't count it. It's not for me. I don't.
His first 5. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna count the collab. I'm not gonna watch The Throne, and I'm not gonna count Cool Summer because those are collabs.
Watch Throne's fucking phenomenal.
Those are collabs, but I'm not gonna count them. And I
Someone
love both
said
of those
that
albums.
Jay-Z and Beyonce are cutting all ties with the West.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that Watch the Throne tweet was obviously bullshit. Unless it's coming out with fucking Donald Trump as the other guy instead of Jay-Z.
Or Kid Rock.
Or Kid Rock. Kid Rock is such a fucking bozo. Jesus Christ. Anyways, with that note, we'll leave you and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.